The Joe Rogan Experience.
And there's no like predicting who's going to get it and who's not. Like there are people who go in and out of recovery and then one day it clicks.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was like quitting stuff for my whole life and eventually got sober in jail when I was 12 and was sober for the rest of my life. He was sober for the next 12 years until he died when I was 24. And I don't think that anyone ever really expected him to stop drinking, you know? So it's like worth having hope for people, but also my mom didn't argue him into finally quitting drinking. I didn't beg him into finally quitting drinking. Nobody convinced him except for like his own misery of like losing his family and then being in jail, you know?
You used to party hard.
Yeah.
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 What made you? Do you think it's a genetic thing?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a genetic thing. I think that there also can be an environmental component, you know. I know that some things that I liked about it were it made me feel comfortable talking to people. Crowds have always been kind of draining for me, large crowds, especially if it's like people I don't know. And I felt like I could talk to guys for the first time when I started drinking, but then I couldn't stop drinking once I started drinking. So I would be like laid out on a bathroom floor with the guys I liked, like stepping over me to pee, you know. It just got real. That's how it always went. I'd feel there'd be like a moment in the night where I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking hot. And then I'd have like throw up in my ear and be fucking pissing someone's futon. So it just was always real rough. And there was a period of time for like years where I woke up and started drinking and drank all day and was a blackout drinker every night. And then I actually had a boyfriend and I quit drinking for him. And then I started again. And it just was always like, it always went back to the same place. Like I tried quitting every year since I started. I started drinking pretty much daily when I was 17 and then got sober when I was 29 and haven't had a drink or a drug since. But my bottom wasn't when I stopped. When I stopped was just when I was done. It's an interesting thing. But my last drink was actually just like a couple sips of a friend's beer. And then I just was like, I just, something clicked and I knew I couldn't do it by myself. And I was willing to accept help. I was willing to do anything. I was willing to do whatever it took. And so I did. I got help. It was free.
What year was this around?
January 21st, 2014.
Wow. You know it by the day.
Yeah.
That's great. I don't have like a other than the birth of my children in my head like that. I have like the day I started comedy, day I was married, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But that's a big one.
I don't know when I started comedy and I don't know when you got married, but that's my date. Yeah.
I started comedy August 27th, 1988. And I think back to that day all the time because I almost pussied out.
Wow, yeah, me too.
Do you almost pussied out?
Yeah.
What happened with you?
I called. Yeah, you had to call the comedy club ahead of time to ask for a spot. The Comedy Cafe in Milwaukee. I don't think it's with us any longer. I think it has passed away. But yeah, you called ahead of time to get a spot on the open mic, and then you could do a set for 5 to 7 minutes. And so I like typed my set out word for word on the computer, practiced it in front of a full-length mirror a million times. And wanted to cancel, but I would have had to like cancel, and I'm not a bitch, so I did it. And
you were drinking back then?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to go on stage blackout drunk. I would not have any of the success that I have right now if I hadn't stopped drinking, because I would black out. And yeah, I went on and I told my jokes, and some of them hit and some of them didn't, but I got the fix. I got that feeling of like telling a joke to a room full of people and having them laugh at it. And I've been hooked ever since.
How did you remember your material if you're blackout drunk?
I wasn't blackout drunk at that moment. Oh, other times, I don't know. And sometimes I didn't. I mean, I fucked up a lot. You know, there were times where I like went on stage and I would repeat my jokes that I had just said. I would ask my friends like, how'd my set go? And they'd be like, you are shit faced, you know, like you're drunk. It looked like you were really drunk, you know? I knew generally if I couldn't remember it, that it probably wasn't that good.
Generally.
Yeah. Generally, I'm like, well, but I mean, that's like the difference between then and now. And it's like what you were talking about. Now, if you have an opportunity, you make the most of it. Now, if I have an opportunity, I make the most of it. I show up early. I'm polite and professional. And like nobody wets their pants. And I maybe get another shot of the thing later. You know, you get to move on to like the next level, on to the next step. Back then, I remember in Milwaukee, there was a headliner who thought I was funny and wanted to see if he wanted to bring me on the road. And so he got me a feature set at a show, a one-nighter. And I went and did it and got blackout drunk and don't remember anything he said to me on the ride home, but I do know he never brought me on the road with him, you know? Like, I know I'm not on tour with him right now.
Is he on tour?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't think I've spoken to him since.
Maybe he'll see this and
maybe he
forgive
will.
you.
His name was James Irvin Barry.
All right, James Irvin Barry.
He was very nice. I was very drunk. It was not his fault.
It's a weird thing, that genetic propensity for alcoholism, because I've seen it in people where their parents are drunks and they just can't fucking help it. I've seen it. And some people like to think that it's all willpower, but I'm not so sure. I don't have that thing. I can have a drink or two and I can not drink for a month. It doesn't bother me. But I've seen it where like one drink and then they get fucking shark eyes. It's like blink, they flip over. And they, like, you know, gerbils. You ever look in a gerbil's eye? Like,
no, I never looked in a gerbil's eyes.
Look in their eyes. They're dead. They're dead eyes. Like some people, their eyes just go, they black out. They get glazed over. And they're not there anymore. Like, oh, Charles not here anymore.
Yeah.
Charles is gone. Now this fucking shark boy. Like, their eyes just glass over.
Yeah, I mean, I was never there when it happened, but that's exactly how my friends describe me. They'd be like, I looked at you last night and you weren't there. That's exactly how they describe me.
It's what it seems like when someone's blacked out drunk. Catch new episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience for free only on Spotify. Watch back catalog JRE videos on Spotify, including clips. Easily, seamlessly switch between video and audio experience. On Spotify, you can listen to the JRE in the background while using other apps and can download episodes to save on data cost, all for free. Spotify is absolutely free. You don't have to have a premium account to watch new JRE episodes. You just need to search for the JRE on your Spotify app. Go to Spotify now to get this full episode of the Joe Rogan Experience.